What's up, guys? T1J here. Coming at you with a little vlog type of thing. This is a little bit different from the videos that I normally do, but I want to do more videos like this in the future, in 2018. So you can look forward to that. So this video is kind of off the cuff. I want to talk about some things that I want to do in the future, sort of like some New Year's resolutions, both for me personally, but also for this channel. Like over the past year on YouTube, I've worked about as hard on my videos as I've ever worked, and I'm really proud of the videos I made in 2017. I think I really sort of found my groove in terms of what I want to do and what I want to talk about and what kind of content I want to make for the internet and what kind of conversations I want to be a part of. But I didn't find it out immediately. It took me a while. I sort of went on a little roller coaster ride for a little while. Now, as a lot of you probably know, there's a big political scene on YouTube, people, social justice people having debates and discussions about that. Not even just YouTube, but just social media, the internet in general. And I sort of found myself in the middle of that almost. I sort of collaborated with some people who were having those conversations, and I sort of caught the attention of people who disagree with me, and people have made videos about me, some of them not so nice. And I've gotten into arguments on Twitter with people. I've gone on rants. So I sort of became a part of that whole conversation. And it's a pretty frustrating conversation a lot of the time. It doesn't really make me happy or fulfilled when I'm participating in that. And that's something that I sort of realized later. I think my initial purpose of this was, I'll go with this. I'll talk about these things. I'll get into these debates. I'll go on these rants, even though they don't really make me happy, but hopefully they'll provide some kind of insight for the audience. Hopefully I can inspire people to, think more critically, be more compassionate, and just, be a reasonable, nuanced, kind person. That was sort of the idea, but it was starting to affect me, and I just didn't really want to be in that conversation anymore. And many of you may have noticed that I kind of started shifting away from that whole like left versus right, feminist, anti-feminist, anti-SJW, all that stuff. I started veering away from that, and I started not talking about it on social media quite as much. And even in my videos, I think I'm trying to tackle bigger ideas than just this narrow political conversation. And that's what I've been doing a lot lately. Like my last video was about football, that's like not even on the same wavelength, but it was still something I thought would make a good video and something that I'm interested in. And I know that I got a lot of followers from people who are interested in that sort of conversation, but I just wanted to say, like, going forward in 2018, that's not going to be my focus. I mean, I'm still going to talk about issues and conversations and topics that are interesting to me, and I want to give my opinion on things, but I don't want to narrowly focus on this political conversation, this war between the left and the right and all that stuff. Like I from the beginning, I never wanted to be a political YouTuber or a social justice YouTuber. I just wanted to be a YouTuber. And I've sort of gotten away from that. And I kind of sort of missed the old videos where I just kind of made videos about whatever. I don't really want to make videos about whatever. I want there to be sort of a cohesive, idea. But I don't want to be that pigeonholed into that conversation. If for no reason other than it's just not that fun. And that's part of sort of my overall strategy for 2018. And I've even started it now. Is those of you who have joined my live streams have heard me talk about this before, but my goal in life, and I've started this in 2017, but it's going to go in full force in 2018. I want to pursue positivity and optimism and happiness. Like, I don't want people to watch my videos and be angry or upset or riled up. I want people to think and be optimistic and to have hope for the future and to be, happy or to want to be happy and to want to be successful. And that's what I'm going to try to instill in all of my content going forward, because I think a lot of the other videos I made kind of had that sort of like you should be angry type of feel, or you leave the video just more upset and more cynical than you were before. And I don't want that at all, and I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for me either. And I know probably a lot of you aren't into the whole, positivity thing, which I think is unfortunate, but I'm not saying that I'm just going to talk about how the world is all peaches and cream all the time, but I do just want my content to have an air of optimism and hope in them. But, the world isn't all hopeful. So, it's important to talk about, the downsides of life too. And I will do that, but I want to leave at the end of the day with hope. And I'm going to try to do that. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect at it, but that's the goal. And that's what I've been trying to do for my own life. I've been consuming a lot of content and videos and audiobooks and stuff like that about motivation and success and being happy and self-improvement. And that's what I've been personally doing. And that's what inspires me. And I want to do something like that for you, in my own way. I don't think I'm in a position to tell other people how to be happy or successful, because I'm still working on that. But that's what I've been consuming, and that's how I think people should be. So that's what I want to move towards. So basically, like I said, I have a pretty good idea of what I want to make for the internet. I like making these essays where I just sort of present my opinion, and I like writing, and this is sort of perfect for me because I'm the type of person who always likes to express their opinion, but also in a creative way. Like if you follow my personal Facebook, you know that I'm always like making statuses where I just ramble on about just random stuff. And YouTube kind of has given me a way to do that in a creative and polished way. And I've sort of found like the format that I kind of like doing. So, and it's been a long time. It's taken me like fucking 7 years to figure it out, but that's what I like. The problem is YouTube as a platform is really, really hard to succeed on, especially if you're doing stuff like what I want to do. Like if you want to succeed on YouTube, you often have to sacrifice what you want to do for what YouTube wants you to do. And that's like really hard for me. And I know everyone is going to be like, just do whatever you want. Who cares about YouTube? Who cares about the views and stuff? But, as a person who's trying to do this for a living, I definitely have to keep that in mind. So I'm not going to say too much about this, but going forward, there's probably going to be some changes in terms of how I'm using YouTube and how I'm using the internet. I'm going to be thinking of other ways besides YouTube to distribute my content. And I may, what you see on YouTube may change. But there will be places for you to consume my content, and I will let you know all about that. I'm kind of hesitant to describe it to you. I've talked a little bit about it with some on live streams, but I don't want people to judge it before they try to see what's going to happen. Because I think sometimes you hear an idea and you're like, I don't know about that. But then you actually consume it and you're like, well, it's not that bad. But what I am telling you is that I'm going to be making videos. I want to make more videos like this, where I'm just sitting in front of a camera, no green screen, no like script, things like that. So prepare to see more videos like this. I think this would be a good way to really communicate to you guys personally. Like maybe I'll respond to comments. Like if you send me a comment and I think it'll make a good video, then I'll just do a whole video like this talking about the comment. I can do the voicemails like this. And I'm still going to do live streams every week, and I'm still going to do stream highlights. So if you like those are still going to be here. And then we'll figure out what to do with the rest of the content, which I consider my main content, which is the video essays, the thought out, the research, the scripted essays. But I guess the point is, I don't feel like if I just continue doing it the way I'm doing it, that it will be successful on YouTube, because I just don't think that it's something, I don't think the content works for YouTube really, at least not in the way that I like to do it or I want to do it. It's a new year, so I think it's a good opportunity to try some new things out. And I've been trying things and trying things and trying things for years, and I'm kind of just slowly getting to where I want to be. But hopefully you guys enjoy what I do. And if you don't, that's fine. You know, it's I thank you for watching what you've watched already. But I just want to get to a point where I can just make stuff without worrying about algorithms and viewers and things like that, subscribers and all that junk. Like I don't want to have to worry about that stuff. And YouTube basically forces you to worry about that stuff. If you're trying to do it for a living, at least. I don't want this to sound like that I'm leaving YouTube or that I'm like going to stop making thoughtful content, because that's the whole point of me, existing on the internet. That's what I want to do. I just have to figure out other methods of distributing that content besides YouTube. Like I've looked into, I post a lot of my videos on Facebook, and that's, that kind of goes well, but Facebook is also its own algorithm and its own weirdness. So we'll see. Anyway, just look forward to, the 2018 version of T1J. And that's not just in terms of video, but just in terms of me as a person. I hope to be more positive, more professional, and just more. I want to inspire hope in people. I want to encourage people to be thoughtful, as always. But I don't want to contribute to this this culture of yelling and discord. Like, I just don't want to be involved in that at all. Like, I'm not interested. I just want to have thoughtful conversations about interesting topics and figure out how we can help each other and make the world at least a little bit better. That's what I care about. I don't care about this, this back and forth screaming. I don't want to be in it. And I feel like I was in it for a while. And I'm moving away from that. And that's what I hope to portray in 2018 going forward. And who knows if I'll even be successful, because I'm a very opinionated person, and I'm always on social media. And sometimes it's hard to not type that thing on social media that's like really, disruptive and combative. But that's what that's the change that I'm trying to make for myself. So all I'm saying is look forward to that. And I just wanted to give you guys a video. I actually posted on my community tab that I wasn't going to make a video before the end of the month, but I just wanted to go ahead and do one. I was inspired by that. And like I said, look forward to more videos like this. And if you have any ideas about what I can do, I kind of like this. It's a little more personal, a little more conversational. Maybe more people will like this. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a great New Year. What are your personal New Year's resolutions? How are you going to improve yourself in the new year? Let me know in the comments. And remember, stay Heiko.